What up, what up, what up? Unbreakable Kicks Army, man. Look, I let y'all know yesterday, Army, y'all bookmark the next Whatnot live stream. I got some lost and founds for the Army. Again, I had to pay that ticket in Chicago, but I wanted to have some lost and founds for the Air Jordan 1 lost and found merch that I got coming very, very soon. Now, Army, again, for those who don't know, your boy is getting his whole crib rehab. I'm looking at the kitchen now, because I ain't got no door right now. But I'm looking at the kitchen now, and it looks great, man. Bathroom is next. I'm getting trying to get like a little man cave little you did going on downstairs too, man. You know, I gotta have that talk with my wife and my daughter, see if they, at least to give your boy some space. Your boy is definitely outnumbered in the crib. But all of that, Army, I have been going through a lot of stuff. I've been going through a lot of clothes. I've been going through a lot of shoes. And this next Whatnot Live is probably going to be one of the biggest ones I do. I may try to space it out because I probably took out maybe, give or take, 20 personal pairs out of the vault. So many clothes, Army. I got so many, man, so much clothes. So much, like Bulls hoodies, t-shirts, man, vintage t-shirts, and all of this stuff will be available on my next Whatnot live stream, Army. So I need y'all to go ahead and bookmark that ASAP. I told y'all either as soon as I get to 1,000 bookmarks or as soon as my new merch come in, that's when I'm going to go ahead and jump on there and do the live. But again, I will have some of the Air Jordan 1 lost and founds on that live too. Not sure how many pairs I'm going to do. Just make sure y'all tune in so that way y'all do not miss out. Also, and speaking of the Air Jordan 1 lost and founds, Army, you know what? I really don't know what's been going on with Jordan Brand and Nike this year. And I'm just talking about as far as like the mode. Like it was mode on a lot of Air Jordans that have dropped this year. And I want to say as long as I've been buying shoes, collecting shoes, doing YouTube, this year has been the most moldy as far as sneakers. Now we know when we get like some of the Air Jordan 1s, you know, some of the older pairs, they may have that glitter effect on them. But these joints been jacked. And then I seen the image on Instagram today, and I don't know if we can blame this one on Nike. I honestly don't think Nike would have shipped a pair of shoes like this. Generally, if this would have happened in like a Nike store or a Nike factory or a Nike warehouse, they would have just gave you a replacement box. I had a decent amount of members of the Army hit me up and be like, man, break, why my Air Jordan 11s or why my Air Jordan 1s coming like the all black box? I'm like, 9 out of 10, your box got damaged in transit or your box got damaged at the warehouse. Then they have to switch it out. But this right here, bro, this right here is like unacceptable. It literally looked like somebody Hulk Hogan leg drop, Macho Man elbow drop, people's elbow, choke slam, tombstone, like all the wrestling finish moves you can think of. It looked like... Rest his soul, man. It looked like the Green Ranger called the Dragon Zord and he stepped on these joints. This joint right here is destroyed. Now, generally when a box is beat, the shoes are normally okay. Because a lot of people be like, man, yeah, you ain't going to wear the box or this or that. Number one, this is a special box. So I would have wanted my box to at least be somewhat intact. Number two, the shoes are damaged. Like, again, generally when the box come damaged, the shoes be okay, but it legit looked like somebody grabbed this shoe and like literally was just smushing this joint together. I don't know how somebody received it, and like I'm looking at the box behind it, the box don't look that damaged, but this looks intentional. Either somebody was petty and was jumping for joy on this box, or like maybe something fell and smushed the box, but bruh, I don't know how I would have felt about this one right here, Army. Y'all gotta let me know in the comment section below, like, what do you do in a situation like this? You know what I'm saying? Because when it came to, like, the shoes having all the mold on it and stuff, you know, I asked, like, if your Air Jordan 1 lost and founds would have came with mold on it, what would you have done? Would you return the shoes, or would you wipe them off? You know, it's a, I don't want to say very limited shoe, it's a high demand general release shoe that 9 out of 10, you can't call Nike and be like, hey, can y'all replace my shoe? Like, they're not going to do that because they're going to say they don't have any more in stock. But I still got a feeling that their restock is going to come soon. Because especially with so many issues with the shoe, so many orders was canceled, so much drama, and there was a lot of bad press for this shoe. I feel like Nike don't want to leave a sour taste in our mouth with that first drop. So I definitely, again, feel like a second release is coming soon. But again, what do you do in this situation like this? Like these joints are destroyed, bro. Like, I don't know if you can fix the structure of the shoe, like putting it on and walking around in it, but I don't know, Army. This right here has to be the worst one that I've seen. The crackle material on the ankle is like nasty. Like, I don't see no black leather. It's like it's all like crackled leather on these joints. This pair right here is just terrible. And that's honestly what happens when they mass produce a lot of these shoes. Most mass produced sneakers always have a lot of quality control issues. Look at the Air Jordan 11s. Every year, Air Jordan 11s come out, it's quality control issues. Over 500,000 pairs made, quality control issues. And another Air Jordan that has some crazy quality control issues that I was honestly surprised to hear about was the Air Jordan 4 I'm on my years. The 1s and the 3s executed perfectly. Like, I haven't seen a lot of people, you know, complain about the Retro 2s. Maybe a lot of people didn't even touch the Retro 2s. But I've definitely seen a lot of members of the Army hit me up and send me images of their Air Jordan 4 I'm on my year. Plus, I had 2 members of the Army who hit me up and showed me that they had factory flawed pairs. Now, I'm not talking about like the glue stains that we just seen in the other image. I'm talking about the right and left shoe. Both of them have the Air Jordan Jumpman with the flight on the tongue, when one shoe was supposed to have a Jumpman and the other shoe was supposed to have a My Year logo. Now, generally, when we see defects like that, those shoes you hold on to. Like, this shoe right here, I would never sell it because it's almost like a one-on-one. Granted, to my knowledge, they've made that mistake on a couple pairs of these. Back in the day, you would get a factory to flaw with like a backwards swoosh or like a misspelling word on the shoe or something like that, and those shoes were highly sought after. I want to say it was either a pair of Air Jordan 1 shadow backboards or an Air Jordan 1 gold toe, and it was something wrong with the Nike swoosh, and that pair sold for thousands of dollars, y'all. So those who did get the Air Jordan 4 my years and you do got 2 Jumpmans on the tongue, I personally wouldn't be mad. I would keep this pair on ice. I wouldn't wear it. I honestly would just buy another pair of my years, you know, and hopefully get the regular way that you wanted. But this right here, and this pair is ashy, and like, these joints is not that, like, I don't want to say they're not that clean, but I don't know, man. I just really feel like the most desirable shoes always come out with the most factory flaws. Man, look at the Air Jordan 6 Carmines a couple years ago with the pink midsole. And I want to say, like, every year we got like a major issue with some type of Air Jordans, Army. But this ain't nothing to complain about. This is honestly just make sure y'all check y'all pairs before y'all walk out the store. Now, in a sense of like my year, I mean, what can you do? You know, most of them was online, but some of these stores, if they didn't get backdoored, some of these stores did have, you know, pairs for people to come in and buy. So whatever release, just make sure y'all double check it. Another thing I want to talk about, Army, because I've been seeing a lot of things going on Instagram, and a lot of people have been talking about the next Air Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott's that's supposed to be dropping. These will be dropping on the FLX app, but from what I know, when it comes to Travis Scott's, this will only be available in LA. Like, my local Footlocker not gonna have these. Your local Footlocker in North Dakota and Wyoming and Ohio and Iowa, like, all these local Footlockers will not be carrying the Air Jordan 1 Travis Scott's. So if you were looking for these, don't get your hopes up thinking that these joints are gonna be everywhere. But if you were to go to FLX, in which I did once I did see this, I see that tomorrow they dropping the Panda Dunks via ship to me option. Now, we already know a lot of Boston took over, and the ship to me option, honestly, it's a dud right now. I don't know who has hit on the ship to me option for the Air Jordan 1 Lost and Found. If you did hit, I mean, you probably got a good chance of hitting on these. But even when it comes to like the sneaker pass now, man, I just feel like a lot of stuff is just janky now. Because the last 2 drops on the sneaker pass, I never got a notification whether or not I won or not. Only thing it said that I entered via the sneaker pass, but I never got a dub or I never got a L. So I don't know what's been going on with that. And that happens to me on the Air Jordan 4 Midnight Navies, and it happened to me on the Air Jordan 1 Lost and Found. I don't know what's going on with the sneaker pass, but it hasn't been showing me any result, whether if it's a dub or whether if it's an L. So I don't know what's been going on with a lot of this stuff, Army. Hopefully going into 2023, man, a lot of this stuff is updated. A lot of stuff has been revamped. Hopefully Nike and these other companies have been listening to us so that way they can fix these issues, man, because a lot of people know about these apps now. It's not like how it was when Sneakers App first got on the scene or we first heard about the Footlocker apps when a lot of people wasn't using it. Majority of people who try to buy shoes know about these apps now. That's why the apps been messing up, because they not able to hold capacity anymore. Also, Army, even though I'm getting work done on the crib, I still will be going live tomorrow, Cyber Monday, for the Air Jordan 5 DJ Khaled's. Both colorways, I'm not sure if both colorways are dropping on Sneakers App tomorrow. I do know that we got the peach colorway or the Crimson Bliss, but I haven't been on Sneakers App to check to see if we will be getting both colorways. Again, I do see the Crimson Bliss on here. Retail is $225, and they are not doing a draw. So remember, they are not doing a draw for the DJ Khaled's tomorrow. And I don't see the white pair on here. So I'm confused because I know both colorways are dropping tomorrow. But as of right now, they do have the peach colorway on here, Army. So I do think that the value of the peach colorway will go down a little bit more. But as far as that sale colorway, again, I'm looking on Sneakers App and I don't see anything as far as those. I do see that they have like the jacket, the shorts, all of that, but it looked like they only dropping one pair of shoes, Army, and that is the Crimson Bliss. So if you do want the white pair is in Chicago and some of the mom and pops and some of the 10-0. So make sure y'all check y'all local areas. They may and they should have the Air Jordan 5 DJ Khaled, because that Chicago got them. I'm sure Miami got them. I'm sure a couple spots in New York, probably in LA, gonna have them as well. So just do your due diligence if you really want the shoe. So other than that, Army, I love you guys. God willing, I will see y'all in the morning. You got your boy Unbreakable. You got the Unbreakable Vote. Unbreakable Army, stand strong like always. Most importantly, hug your loved ones and of course, remain humble. And we out.
I hit Unbreakable for the Yeezys. He the plug, call him when I need him. These old's tough, but he get him easy. Yours old, him first season. Them most beefy, looking like two lefts. Two lefts, cause your ass take a nail.